Hello folks, time for another video and shave and review. Usually when I do my shaving videos, I really don't review product. I pretty much just pick out some gear, kind of for the new wet shaver in case, they want some information or advice. But today I'm going to do a review because I bought a bunch of school stuff for the kids, and some of the stuff I had to return on Amazon, which I've really never returned anything on Amazon before, so it was actually a pretty interesting process where you just hit refund and they send you a code. I just had to bring it to my nearest UPS store. It was really easy anyway. So I had some credit. So I was actually going to buy some weird soaps, like some of the no-name soaps that are on Amazon, just to kind of have content for my YouTube channel. But I was like, I was looking at razors, and I came across Viking, and I know they had one called The Godfather, and that's actually my nickname on a couple of the Facebook forums, or groups. But I was like, I ran across this razor called Putali. That's how you pronounce it, I think it is, because I actually looked it up because it stands for butterfly in Nepal. So let's see if I got it correct.
Putali. Putali. Putali.
So it's Putali. Butterfly, it means butterfly in Nepali, which is right next, Nepal is right next door to Pakistan over there. So actually when I got the razor, I'll show it to you in a second. It comes in this nice little wood box. That's another reason why so let me try it out. It was very inexpensive. I think it was $20 and I'm going to show you the razor in a second. Let me just get back to the backstory. I wanted to know where it was made, so I emailed the company, and of course they didn't get back to me. I went through a bunch of reviews, and there was a bunch of bad reviews, some good reviews, but I was like, you know what, for the price, and you'll see in a second, because the color's what sold me. I mean, look at that awesome handle. That is my color. Green and black. Now, you can tell it's an inexpensive razor. One of the biggest complaints on the Amazon ratings were the threads. It's a 3-piece razor, by the way. The handle is made from PAA wood, so we'll see how that holds up over time. But the biggest complaint was that the threads on the top cap here, on the top cap, would strip out. Now I'll tell you what, the threads are kind of coarse, and the handle does come on a little bit sloppy. Like when it starts to screw on, you got to be very careful. And there's a lot of play kind of in it. Now I tried the handle on my other razor heads, and it's nice, and the threads actually in the handle are nice and tight. The tolerances are tight. It's just that the threads on the top cap are a little sloppy. Now the head of this razor kind of reminds me of my Maggard's V3 head, or an Edwin Jagger DE89, if you can see the way that head looks. And it's almost kind of the same layout or design. Let me just take one of my Maggard's V3 heads out. And if you see, that head is like that also. I know it's black. I don't know if I could put these side by side so you could see. But the design of the heads are almost the same pattern. I tried this handle on the Maggard's V3 head, and of course it fits as the right thread size, and it is nice. When it goes on this head, it's very nice, and the handle doesn't have any play in it, and it's very smooth. It's just that when it goes on the factory head that it came with, it's a little sloppy. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, the razor is inexpensive. I actually really bought it for the handle. So I mean, you could always change the head if you like the handle, I think. So I haven't put a blade in this yet, because this is the the top cap and the bottom plate. There, it does have the posts. I mean, you know, the finish looks pretty good. Now, when I was reading some of the Amazon reviews, it said, you know, they outsourced the making of this razor. But when I got it, it said made in Pakistan. So, I thought it was going to be a Chinese razor or something like that. Anyway, so I want to try a blade I'm very familiar with in this razor. So I'm going to put in a brand new Chroma Diamant blade in here today. And I put a blade in it when I got it the other day. And I can't really tell if it's mild or aggressive. Because when I also read the reviews, you know, most of them were like just people complaining that it wasn't a cartridge razor kind of a situation. So, I mean, that's it with a blade in it. I don't know if you can see the gap there. So, I guess I'll see. So, basically just going to be reviewed today. Now, the problem I had is I wait a little bit longer than I normally do to shave. And if I wait too long, I get like ingrown hairs in my neck. So, I have a few little red marks under there. So, this is probably going to be a rough shave for me. But I did want to do this razor review. Just got out of the shower. My face was wet, but I'm not going to go with a pre-shave, which will probably be a mistake. But I want to see how this razor is. You know, maybe if it's too rough, I'll throw a pre-shave on, but we'll see. So soap today I'm using is one of my New Jersey favorites, Catie's Bubbles, Barnegat Bay. And I've already whipped it up in a bowl because I didn't want to spend all that time on camera whipping up the lather, and it's just a great lather. I love Barnegat Bay. It's one of my favorite bay rum scents. And Catie's Bubbles is right here in New Jersey. So, and I'm using my Craving Shaving green and black brush today from Craving Shaving from Charles there. And I figured go with the green and black theme because on that razor it is of course it is green and black on the handle. I really love the handle. That's why I kind of gravitated towards this razor. We'll see. I'll just kind of pull the shirt down a little bit. Lather on the Catie's Bubbles. I really love this bay rum scent. Well, we'll see how this very cool looking and inexpensive razor shaves. I'm not going to call it cheap because it looks like it's made pretty good. Came with that cool little box. And the handles do come in a multitude of different colors. I'll leave the link to it down on the, in the description, of course. Yeah, and like I said, I sent an email to the seller, to the Putali company, and they didn't reply, but I didn't expect them to reply right away. So it's only been a few days. All right, that's looking like some nice stellar lather there. Of course, because it's all over the place, like it should be when I shave. All right, so we'll go with this new razor. It's just the one I got is just called the Emerald Green. And there's the big butterfly in the box. That's why it's called Putali, because that's what butterfly means in Nepali language. In Nepal over there. All right, well, here we go. Got a brand new chrome in here. The handle's very comfortable. It It seems in the middle there, a little aggressiveness. I could feel the blade, but it doesn't feel too bad. Like I said, what really caught my eye in this was the handle. Now it does say they didn't come with directions, but there was directions actually on the Amazon site for it. Just to keep the handle, it's a pack of wood, which I looked up pack of wood because I wasn't familiar with it. Pack of wood is actually used in a lot of knife handles, and it says, you know, to keep the handle vibrant and looking good, just a little mineral oil every now and then. So, or essential oils, it said. So far it's doing a pretty good job. Like I said, it is an inexpensive razor. But like I said, what caught my eye was the handle. Because I mean, that is a cool looking handle. And it's not slippery when it gets wet. Well, it's definitely smoother than my Maggard's V3 head. It almost feels like an Evan Jagger DE89. I did give it a little cleaning when I first got it because it had I think it had some, you know, oil on it, some mineral oil on it. It does come in that cool little box, which is kind of cool. Well, I'll tell you what, that first pass, even though I'm covered in lather all over the place, the first pass was very enjoyable. Even with that little bit of irritation I had under my neck, it's still pretty good to go. I just got lather in my friggin' ear. I've been doing that a lot lately. Whatever. Yeah, it did a pretty good job on that first pass. I mean, and I still have some whiskers or some light stubble there, but I could technically go out in the world and, you know, go to town, but it's, yeah. Tell you what, not bad for an inexpensive razor. Well, I can't believe I got that soap in my ear. It's me not paying attention. Anyway, I have plenty of this Catie's Bubble Soap, the Barnegat base, so I might as well lather up. And we'll go against the grain. Well, my last video, my Taylor Bondre video, that uploaded like a charm. So I think it was a Facebook issue that was, I mean a YouTube issue that was going on the other day. And thanks for everyone who sent me a message telling me to feel better. I feel a little better now. It's just that, you know, this new medication just takes some getting used to, so. feel really good today. Alright. So now we'll go against the grain with this Putali. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Anybody out there that's from Nepal, it means butterfly. Like it says, the razor actually said it was manufactured in Pakistan. Which I was actually shocked because I was actually waiting for, you know, a made in China sticker somewhere. But Pakistan. Okay, against the grain. So the head seems to be, well, at least with this blade in here, the chroma blade, seems to be efficient on the mild side. It's got good feedback. It's got a comfortable blade guard. Because some razors, the blade guard is, they have the sharp edges on the corners, but this is pretty comfortable. And it feels like your standard DE angle when you're shaving, in about 30 degrees. Yeah, I really wasn't sure what to make of this razor because, like I said, it was inexpensive. Like I said, I think it was around $20. And I think, depending on what color handle you get, I think they're all around the same price, around $20, $21. I don't think they go higher than that. And, you know, for someone who has a whole bunch of razors like I do, I mean, I don't have a million razors like the big boys do, but, you know, I have a pretty good collection. Yeah, it's feeling pretty good. It actually feels like plate 3 on the Rockwell. If that helps anybody out. Since, you know, I'm a big Rockwell guy. I do have a little weeper up there by the nose, but I feel pretty good here. Like I said, it reminds me of kind of plate 3 on the Rockwell. Just gonna do a little touch up under my neck, which I shouldn't really because I got those little couple ingrown hairs there. Because anytime I wait on a shave, I get irritated on my neck. 2 days is it for me, but I really have to get on that. But I was just I was going to do my video earlier, but I was just busy. And like I said, it's got a standard thread on the handle, so you can use it with other razors, with other razor heads. If you dig the handle, I mean, it's like, you know, for $20, you know, even if I went to Maggart's and bought a handle, it's about 20 bucks. So you do get, you know, of course, the head with this. Like I said, my only concern is that the head is the threads are kind of rough. Like on the handle, the threads are nicely fine machine threading, but on the actual razor head, it's kind of more of a coarser thread. I'm actually surprised it threaded on there. And I also tried other handles on that head, and they do thread on, but they are like a little sloppy. It does tighten up. It's not like it's loose, but you know, you just got to be careful when you screw it on, because you know, if you're going to have this razor last you a long time, like other razors do, you definitely want to be careful. You don't want to cross thread it, because it will cross thread easily if you're not paying attention. And also, when I tightened it up, I think somebody complained that their handle fell apart. But when I tightened mine up, when I got it to the end, I just cinched it up over here. I didn't grab it down here because I don't know what's holding this part of the handle together. But it's, you know, it's shaved great. I guess as I do it, that weeper under my neck, I'm going to hit myself up with alum in a second. I'm just going to rinse out my sink. Wipe off my counter. So it shaved rather well. Kind of impressed for the price that it was. You know, I knocked over this. I have a sample that's been sitting up here forever, which is the Sterling Autumn Glory, which I've been leaving up here because I want to use it, but I keep on forgetting and it keeps on falling down every time. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to hit myself with some alum because I do got the weepers under my neck there. But like I said, it was a smooth shave with that Putali. Yeah, why not? Like I said, I will leave the link to it on Amazon there. Like I said, rather inexpensive for $20. It comes in that cool little box. Of course, I will have to revisit that razor down the road because to see the longevity of it, because just one shave is not really going to say, hey, this is the way it is. I'm not going to dry my face because I'm going to use the old alum stick, and we'll actually see how good that shave was. Yeah, like I said, mostly I don't do reviews. I just kind of go for it and shave, and you know, if you're interested in the gear I'm using, awesome. But on this one, you know, I looked, that's the thing, when I looked at this razor, you know, I went on YouTube and I found a ton of videos on like the Viking razors and all the weird brands like that on Amazon. But I didn't find anything on this razor at all. I mean, at all. When I typed in the name of the razor and stuff like that, it just came up with butterfly videos. So, but I said, well, you know, why not? Like I said, the handles would, you know, really sold me. Because I figured at least if I get the handle and the handle's decent, I can always put a different razor head on there. So, the stinging wasn't bad from the alum. Just, of course, under my neck where I had a couple of those little ingrown hairs that I now basically just waft off. So yeah, it was, that was actually a nice shave. Surprising. Sometimes you grab an inexpensive razor and you definitely know about it. So I'll just let that alum kind of just do its thing. In the meantime, like I said, that was the Putali Razor, and I got it in the emerald green, that cool Paco wood handle, really cool. It does come in this cool box, and inside the box is all little red velvet where the razor sits in, kind of cool. And soap I used today was Catie's Bubbles, Barnegat Bay, which is very close to me here in New Jersey. Good scent. Good scent. In fact, having trouble closing the lid. And I used my Craving shaving brush today. Hopefully I got the label right. Charles Craving Shaving with the nice green and black handle. And it's got that awesome Venturian knot in there from that darn Rob. Good stuff there. Good stuff. Because I am a bay rum fanatic. In fact, when I first bought the Barnegat Bay, I always, before I smelled it, I was like, I wonder what that smells like, because the Barnegat Bay doesn't smell that great. But of course, when I opened the container and it had that great bay rum scent. Catie's Bubbles is a Chris Cullen product, right here in New Jersey's in Forked River. It makes great soaps. Really like this brush too. This brush was sent to me by Mr. Josh Morris. It has that great Venturian knot in it with the gel tips. I think it's a 20. It's either a 24 or 26 millimeter. I don't remember. But yeah. And the actual handle was made by Charles from Craving Shaving there. Let's see if my camera will actually grab that. Got a goofy shadow coming here today, because the sun is coming in at a funky angle again. Alright, let me just rinse out my bowl real quick. I just whipped that up in the timeless bowl today. Normally I lather on camera, but I wanted to save time because I was doing that razor review, so I didn't want to waste your time with me just lathering up the lather when you see me do it a million times. So, good stuff. Timeless bowl, true and try. Perfect stuff there. Alright, let me just rinse off this alum on my face, and then I'll go back over the razor, and then I'll put on my poke shave. Some people leave the alum on. I take it off. I get that one weeper down there, but I think I'll survive. It was a very smooth shave with that razor. So, I just hope it holds up over time. Just got to be careful when you thread it on, that's all. That's the only thing I can see with this razor that is kind of funky. The finish on it's great. It's got great plating. I'm sure the head is made out of some kind of composite metal. Maybe some kind of pot metal, which is chrome plated, which looks great. And like it says, they just suggest that with this Packwood handle, just a little bit of mineral oil every now and then. Like I said, the finish on this razor is nice. Didn't have any blemishes on it or anything funky. The blade's still in there, so I don't know if you can see the blade gap. So, and like I said, the only my only concern is you can see how kind of when you loosen up the handle, it's got a little bit of play in it. But if I try it on another head, it doesn't do it. Like it says, the threading on the handle is very nice and fine. It's just rough actually on the base. And what was in there today was the Chroma Diamond blade, because I'm very familiar with that blade. And that was what was in the top cap today. And the base plate, it's kind of that standard plate. Finish on it's very nice. There's no like machining marks or blemishes like that on it. It's it's pretty decent, except for this. If they would have just had a better threading on the top cap, this would be a winner for inexpensive razor. Definitely a razor for somebody trying to start out on a budget. I mean, I'm on a budget, but like I says, I had that Amazon credit, so why not? Like I says, the top cap is you know, there's no weird like milling, or you know, they didn't do a bad job with the plating, and you can see the studs there. It's, you know, except for that threading, which is a coarse thread on here, you know, I would give it like a very, very high star. So, and I love the handle. That's what sold me. So hopefully the handle doesn't fall apart in time, because it's wooden. It's PAA wood, which on my research I found out that PAA wood is pretty durable if it's actually real PAA wood, but who knows. Like I said, I did email the manufacturer, but they didn't get back to me. So I mean, I love that handle. And it goes, I mean, I could actually take my Rockwell Success, take it off of there, and here's where I also noticed the difference. When I screw it onto here, it's just, see, it's just so much, there's no play. It's very, very, it threads on nice. It's not sloppy like the factory head. So I mean, that would be a nice looking razor too. You know, so I just love this handle. I just think for the handle it was worth the money. So, and it shaved, you know, it was a good shave. I just got that weeper on my neck, which keeps on weeping. But I knew that was going to happen, because I had a couple ingrown hairs there. So that's right. I'm going to put some post shave on in a second, as I'm going blah 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 blah. Just going to put back this Putali Razor, and it's a great looking razor. And like I says, with the case, nice little wooden case there, it's kind of cool. You know, it's foam inside and velvet. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Kind of reminds, the case kind of reminds me of what X-Acto knives come in. They used to come in, and it's got their logo with the butterfly on it. Good stuff. All right. Well, let me put some good stuff on my face here, because I do got that weeper that ingrown hair that I tore up on my neck. So I'm going to use some Atomic Bayram Star Jelly from Phoenix on my face. It's going to make my face feel great. Well, this one's kind of getting low. Some nice Star Jelly with a little bit of menthol hit on it. It'll definitely make my neck feel great. You know, one thing I don't have, and I was going to order a while back, but I decided to get other products, is the Barbedeaux. Their bump therapy splash. That's supposed to be amazing. I had a little sample out that somebody sent me, and it was pretty good. Like, if you're prone to getting a lot of irritation on your neck, that stuff is amazing. I only had a little sample just to get through 2 shaves, but when I get a little bit more money, that's why sometimes I'm like, you know, I do so much through Amazon because of the kids and whatever, and everybody's always giving me Amazon gift cards. So it's like, I wish more shaving products were on Amazon. I know it doesn't help some of the smaller artisans, because they have to probably give them a lot of soaps or whatever, but for me, a lot of times Amazon is the winner. So that's where I found that razor, which was a pretty good thing. I guess I hope it holds up over time. That's all. Like I says, for the price, you can't go wrong. And plus, it's returnable. They said you can return it. But I know on some items on Amazon you can't return, but this is an item you can. So, good stuff there. Alright, so that was the Phoenix's PAA Star Jelly in Atomic Bayram. Yep, so that razor was pretty good. That Putali, which stands for butterfly. And like I said, because that cool little case with the little, and you can get the handles in different colors. The heads are all the same color, and I think they're all the same as far as aggressiveness. They don't mention any of the aggressiveness on the Amazon thing there. So, Alright, so I hope you enjoyed my razor review. The only reason why I also did it was because I didn't find any reviews on this razor or videos. Else I probably wouldn't even have bought it. But I said, you know what? Nobody else did a review or checked it out, so I might as well be the guinea pig. Alright, folks, so if you liked that review today, thumbs up. If you thought it was garbage, thumbs down. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Really appreciate it. Until next shave, Glenn signing off.